true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Thursday. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Yeah, it's Thursday. So going through my spiel, I just barely got started in time today, so my brain's a little meh right now. But I do want to thank everybody for watching us now. For watching us later, don't forget to give the thumbs up, the likes, shares, all those good things. On Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. That's where we stream all these too. So Twitch or YouTube and Facebook actually keeps the videos, so you can always go back. I've got quite a bit many videos from years and years ago, so you can go check those out. But anyway, today I'm going to be working on some Dragonscale. Got a little piece done so far. I'm actually working on making it as a tie topper for a scale tie. I don't want to show the scale ties yet. You've seen me build them before. These are kind of a couple special laser etched up ties, but I need to get the neck part of it done. So I've actually never done them in a Dragonscale before. I normally use the Japanese weave, a 2 or an 8 and 2 or something like that. I've done a few in a European horn one, but I haven't done Dragonscale for one. And I was like, well, we're going to go ahead and give that a try. I'm going to try them in 2 different sizes, actually maybe 3 depending on where we get today. I'm going to start with the larger one, then I'm going to go with the same gauge but go down just a little bit, see if it'll work in that. I actually have never tried it in these 2 sizes. And then we're going to go to 18 gauge, and I might try some square 18 gauge. Again, it'll be trial error to see if it's even going to work. I'm unsure, so we'll see how all that goes. So let's go ahead and get our camera flipped over, get some music going here. And we'll start getting wrapped into getting our stuff done here. Get off the ugly old face cam. Oh, I still have this going. Okay. I was getting feedback. I was like, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. I think we're all set now. To get started, like I said, I got a little piece of it done. Yesterday, I was hoping to get cutting up my coils that we made up on Tuesday. Never got a chance to get to them yesterday. Ended up working on the ties. I had a couple of different designs I wanted for them. Like I said, we've done these ties before, but alright, where did I stop here? We need to go on the outers, middles. Alright, so we're just doing them as singles. Single rings to build it. You can build Dragonscale a couple different ways. You can build it with open big rings, closed little rings. You can do them opposite of that, or you can do them single. So right now we're just kind of doing a single because I'm not exactly sure how wide I wanted this. I think, I didn't put it down on my tape measure here, because I might go one wider than what's currently here, because that would be kind of how it would be, just taller now. That would be the point. I'm at 2 inches. My ties are probably almost 3. So, I don't know. I'm debating. Because if I go one more, it's not going to make it overly huge and more wider. It's only going to be about half of a 3/8 ring. And I can throw one in there. That's not going to be an issue. But I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with this. And then I'll come back, and when I put it on the tie, I'll see if I like the look. If I need to expand it, I can easily expand it. Like I said, that's not going to be a big old thing. So next one, I might already just go out one more. This one's basically I'm going 3 and 2, 3 and 2. When I go down to the 5/16, I might go ahead and go 4 and 3 right off the bat, just because it'll need to be a little wider anyway, and if I go the same amount, it's going to be obviously smaller. And then I'll compare it in overall width size, you know. Like I said, I'm just kind of testing, playing with them. I don't know which way I want to go yet. I put that on the wrong one. Basically, with Dragonscale, it's kind of basically a helm weave turned into a sheet, kind of. I mean, there's sheet helm, but this is just a variation off of it. I think there's like 3 or 4 different things that talk about how this can be a variation of that because of how it's built. I need to start looking those things up and having more information for everybody when I'm doing these on who created and stuff. Sometimes though you do just get screen names that people have, you know, created through the years, so that is kind of a part of the bummer of it. What was I looking up the other day? I was actually talking with the daughter about something, and then I went and looked up the weave because I was wondering, and it was just 2-3 letters with a number, so there's no real name to go along with it, but it was an old one. Let's see here. So we're just kind of doing the single way. I guess maybe on the next one we could do it the non-single way. But let's see. So what was I going to talk about today too? Something I did. What was it, yesterday? Well, we had rain. Oh, that's one reason why I didn't get the coiling done, or cutting done yesterday on my rings, because we had rain all morning. It rained until probably about 2-3 in the afternoon. Everything was still wet, and it's still honestly a little bit wet still out there. So, all right, rings. I need you to Y. Oh, you're not up under where you're supposed to be. You didn't tuck up under there. Come on. There you go. Good boy. I like this dragon weave. I've done some. I haven't done a ton of them though, because it is a ring hog for sure. So that brings the price up on them. But I've got a couple in stock, and what I'll do with this, if I don't like the look or the ones I decide not to use for my necktie, I'll probably end up just turning it into a bracelet and adding it to my current stock of stuff. The only downside is I think I already have a red and gold one, and then I got a green and black one. I need to do, well, I had a purple one. It's gone. Alright, so now I'm just trying to think of how tall I want this necktie to be, because I also have the first scale as part of it. So I haven't worn a necktie in so long, I'm trying to remember. And the ones I have worn have been my own scale mail ties, so I should have pulled out one. I could have compared it to the Japanese weave versions I do at the top, but this will be a little bit different just because of how it's being built. I probably, at least, layers are so short here, I probably need a couple more at least. And I won't go down to 1, because from here I want to stop it at 2. I don't know, maybe. See, that's the other thing I don't know yet. I should have pulled out another tie because I don't want to show these ties yet. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Alright, let's just continue. Let's go ahead and add on a couple more rows at least. Where are we at here? We're on those. Go around the back side as long as I tuck it in afterwards. That's what I didn't do last time. Tuck in there. There you go. Good boy. You were listening. Where is my buzzard anyway? Is he still back there? No, I think he might have went back outside. He was bugging me just a little bit before stream. He wanted some loving so bad. I gave him a little bit, but I was like, "Bud, I gotta get going here. I got stuff to do." Under. Alright. Do our next ones here. And I did partially work on. I had my. I don't know. I think I'm like on the 5th version of one of my inlays, doing the design on it. I thought I would. Be honest with you, it's probably fine the way it is, but I'm a nutto, and there are certain things I still don't necessarily like about it, so I'm trying to fix it. So I'm probably just getting a little too anal and getting in there, and like I said, it's probably fine. I overthink a lot of things, though I've said it before, sometimes overthinking's not a bad thing. I kind of like to, in a way, you know, you can go overboard with the overthinking. I've done that plenty of times too, but sometimes I just don't know till I think about it more, because then my mind will change. I'll think of the downsides to something that I was going to do when it comes to how I'm going to build something or this or that, you know, so. Alright. Get up over. And center here. I guess, well, I want mine to, because it could face up. It doesn't look too bad either. But I think I like it, that being it, going the way and coming down to my point, I think I like better. Because of the way they overhang and how the scales, I'm looking at my ties over there, the top one overlays the bottom, so I think it'd probably be better that way overall anyway, so. Where are we at here? I guess I should open the ring first. One must open the ring before one can leave. Check around here, make sure everything's going good. Like I said, we've had pretty good luck here as of lately. Well, especially ever since we've changed providers. We've had really good. Had a few little hiccups here and there, but compared to what we used to have, it's been really nice. So, why did I open that? I'm on the gold here. Dingleberry. I'm hoping this is going to turn out pretty good. Like I said, I've never done a Dragonscale one. I haven't looked at any, so I don't know how people have necessarily built their uppers. Like I said, I used to do them in a European foreign one. But the way it was all built, I kind of ended up liking the Japanese weave, Japanese, you know, on there better. So I started going that route. And that's how pretty much all of them have been over the past several years. And with this one, I was like, well, I do want to try a little something different here, I think. See if it'll work. Like I said, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll build me some bracelets. That's what's nice about the chainmail. We can kind of change things up as we go in a way, depending on what you're doing, I guess. But alright, next row. So, I'll have one more singles up here. No, I won't. I'd have to go up one more. I might add one more up here real quick too to finish it off. I think I need to have end on a 3 up here, not on a 2, so it doesn't look like it's tapering up to the neck. So again, like I said, we're trial and erroring here and playing around. Who knows what's going to work right? You know, and just as I was getting things going today, I seen Jennifer over there at Steampunk Garage put out some new clasps for cuffs. They're really more like a watch style clasp where they kind of hook through like a nice watch. but you can, they can be wide and have for cuffs. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get me some more stuff. Where we at here? It's never ending. Every time you get everything cool, somebody comes out with something else that's cool, and you have to get more stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back up to the top here. We're going to have to get a closer look, see where I'm at. I got those going through there. So I need some right there. That one might be a little bit booger to get in. We're going to see if we can fit her in there. Let's see here. Needs to be coming through that one. And grabbing these two. And then back up through it is going to be the problem. Oh, I know I'm probably out of view here. Yeah, that ain't going to work that way. Let's see here. If I come up in the backside, that would put me grabbing that one. Okay, let's see. Maybe. Hopefully I can wrangle it back in, because it'll be on the wrong side. I don't know why I didn't necessarily put that up there. Yeah, that'll work. No, I didn't. What did I do wrong here? I'm on the bottom of that, and I don't think I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that out. Snug little fit there. Gotta make sure I'm on top. One. Come on. Alright, we've got to go grabbing this one on top of that, in through there, on that one, above that one, and then, oh, that's going to be the problem, is getting it back up through that one now. Actually, let me try to open that a little bit more. Maybe that'll give me the room. Oh, come on. You can do it. There we go. That was a little snuggy up there. Had to cross over, what, 5, 7 rings there, but it's in there. Have to do it again on the other one here. Quick looks around again. Definitely gotta, I don't know why I didn't put those in when I was up here. Alright, let's see if I can remember how I just did that. I gotta go above the gold, under the red, or over that red, under that red, through that red, above the gold. Alright, there we go. Well, that one seems simple. I guess once you do it once, most things get easier once you... Alright, so I'm gonna need the next row. I'll flip this over. How's it gonna look? I need that there. So let's go with these two. I think that's why they can be floppy, because I'll be pulling off these to do the neck strap itself. So that's not a big old thing that they're floppy. It's just gonna look weird. Gotta make sure I lay them right whenever I'm looking at it. Or I'll be like, it doesn't look right. And what I want to do is put it on the other two, and that kind of locks it in, which is what you want normally, but up here at the top it's going to be a little different. Trying to move it into the neck chain part, so let's check that out. So if I can lay those more like they're supposed to be, this way. Right? Yeah. And so these guys will be more up over that. And what I'll end up doing is grabbing probably right in here to hold those in place. So, man, I'm really thinking I want to go one wider. But then how much taller, because I'll connect and I'll have, let me just grab my lead crutch. Because if I attach to those two, that would be my connector, and then two more. I don't have any other two just sitting real easy, but sorry if I'm going through my brain here. Got to make sure, trying to make sure I got my ideas out here right. That's not bad, but then the neck part would bring that up more, so I probably need to go 2 more layers, but really 2 is only going to give me a 1/4 inch. So we're going to go ahead and we'll continue adding on a couple here. See where are we at now. Alright. Like I say, Dragonscale, a little time consuming and definitely a ring hog, but it is a cool looking weave. I like the way it moves when you get a long bracelet part of it. I've wanted to make a choker, but my wife's not a choker wearer, so I don't build a whole lot of chokers. I wish I had somebody that liked chokers that I could build some for. And gotta have somebody test this though. That's what my wife does, a lot of my testing for me, to check my durabilities and all that and see if I'm good with it, and weave styles, make sure they don't fall apart. But there's some things she doesn't do, so get tucked up under. I remember the first one I ever built to this, I had my ARs were way off, and so my little rings were way too small. It all worked, but they wanted to flop in and out of place. These will still flop in and out of place, but not nearly as bad. It's going the right way. These rings up top are throwing me off again. Like I said, they're going to keep doing that to me for a while. Alright, so we're going to... We need to come in with our 3s here. Our 3-row. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good week. Like I said, we had the rain yesterday. What project did I get done yesterday, house-wise? There was something that I did. I can't remember what it was. Like I said, I got the smaller daily projects I'm trying to do. Then I've got the bigger, fuller week projects that I'm trying to do. Though I had all those steps basically done. Put on the gate to the new steps. The gate though I tried to measure and cut just right. I was off by about an 1/8 of an inch, probably maybe a 1/4 at the most. 1/4 probably would have been better. And I thought I had done it down and just enough for it, but the gate will not fully open and close without force right now. So, but to redo that, I wanted to go without recessing the hinges on it. And that's what the issue is right now is if the hinges were recessed, there'd be no problem. It'd work. And so I can easily fix that. I just need to chisel out the recess. And I didn't have any chisels though. So I finally did go get chisels. This was about a week and so before our event here down in Smithville. And so I got them, bought them, put them up somewhere. That's been the problem now. I went to go get them after we did our event so I could do that. And for the life of me, I cannot find where I put these stupid chisels. I'm like, I'm such a doofus. I could have swore they were in a bag and that's where I put them, but they're not there. So I did spend a little bit of time, though I wouldn't have been able to get out there yesterday because I was wanting to do it Monday, and trying to find my stupid chisels. So that's still something I need to do. Finish that one up. Got a whole lot of light fixtures changed in the house. Got hoses changed for air conditioner drainage. Snaked out the thing. It's been a little crazy as of late. Normally it is crazier with doing the band stuff, but like I said, no more band stuff. It's been a little weird. They got done with band camp last week. Though I will be still getting to some of the events like I normally do, but let's see here. I need one there. So I need to start getting some emails sent out. Well, and then Talk with the daughter so I can borrow her clarinet so I can start practicing again. It's been 2 years since I've done fight song, since I didn't do homecoming last year, and normally go and play fight song for our homecoming game as an alumni. Last year didn't, so I need to get her horn out and do some practicing. Wish I could do more practicing and play more, but yes, these top rings are throwing me off again, see? And it's supposed to be that way. Because these were set over. And now you've got to tuck in under. Come on. I'm gonna scratch you up, but you gotta get tucked in. It's like going Betty Bye. There we go. Get tucked in and go Betty Bye. Alright, so let me look at this now. That's I still need to come down. Yeah, I still want more. It just seems too short. Keep adding to it. It just doesn't seem long enough. At one point I'm going to end up making it too long probably though. Maybe I'll stop. We'll just go ahead and put in the next little two big rows, or 2 big rings to bring our taper down, and then we'll have singles going down to a single fold. And we'll call it quits there. Until I can attach it to the thing, I'll have to do that outside of stream. I know. I actually have one other time designing that would have been okay to show on the stream. Like I said, for most everybody else, all this is going to be no big deal for anybody, but a bit of a thing for me, so. Okay, where's these need to go? We're going up through there. You know, I did pick up some more of those. I talked about them all about these big old heavy duty super bright lights. I was planning on putting them over in the other side, but I ended up having a twist in one. I replaced the single, or it was a triple for a single, but I've got one of those weird new fangled things going on with it, and it seems to be putting out a pretty decent amount of light that I think I was happy with. Still might put them up, but I wanted to have a couple extra anyway, because I do like them, and I don't know, I hate it when you find something you like and then it disappears on you. So I was kind of afraid to wait too much. It's not those throwing me off this time though. Why? Oh, I put in the okay. I hadn't been doing that as of late, but I put in the other row of gold before I normally would have. So I was like, dude, why? I can't attach to those. I'm on a 2, not a 3. I love chainmail. I had about the right amount of red rings out, I guess. So I think these are going to be the last 2 we're going to do. I need you and you. Oh, come on. There you go. Right? No, what am I doing? I need you and you. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, well, that's a little too tight there. Though it did just kind of give me a thought for a structural. And really, I mean, I've never seen structural Dragonscale. But it would, what I just did would have changed it from being Dragonscale too. But so I want to go this way, I think. I like the downside. Get you tucked up under. Alright. I think, until I attach, I think I'm going to get, because I'm going to be using right in here for my neck chain to hold it around. So that'll give me that far down, then to the point. Grab the scale again. I think that'll be I think that might be pretty good right there. I'm trying to think of how that. I don't have anything. I guess I can try this. This might be a little too thick, but it'll be about right there. So yeah, I might be pretty happy with that. I think we're going to be happy with it for now. We'll go ahead and start the smaller version and see how that goes for us. See if I like it any better or not. Kinda. What's going on right there, though? Am I seeing something weird? Yeah, it was just because of the way it was laying, I think. Yeah. Okay, so put that off the side. Say we're going to same colors, same scheme. I thought about changing them, going bigger gold and small for red, but I was like, no, I don't know if I want to change it that drastically. I want to see what these are going to be like to begin with. So let's see here. We're going to start with 4 wide, I believe. So we'll need that open still. Like I said, these are 5/16. Last time we were using 3/8. I need 3 of these then, pre-closed. Do a 1-in-1 chain to start. Any comments anywhere? I'm not seeing anything. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments. I know the other day we got quite a few. Talked with John. I still need to see if he's going to be ready to send out those things. We talked about what he was wanting to work on. Still got the graphics to play with a little bit. But he's got some cool things there. We're going to try to, hopefully it'll work out. We'll see how it all works out. We let in a bug. Okay, so I need 4 here. See how much wider this will be than 3 of those. Shouldn't be really all that much wider, I don't think. We are doing 4, but then we'll minus a little bit and do that 3 times, and then on the 4th time is going to be the unlucky one, I guess. In my brain powers that think that way, it's an unlucky ring. How can it be unlucky? I don't know, I'm weird. Oh, we are at about a halfway point, aren't we? 32 minutes, so I do want to thank everybody again for joining us. If you're joining us live, if you dropped in here while we've been live, I do appreciate it. And if you're watching us later, I do appreciate that too. I know I have several that do watch things later, so I do appreciate it. Don't forget to find us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Give the thumbs up, like, shares on any of those platforms, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you get all the ins and outs when we're here. Alright, I need 3 pre-closed here. But I do thank everybody that does. I mean, I know not a lot of people show up here all the time, but from time to time people pop in, and I know there's people that drop in and don't post or make comments while we're streaming, and that's perfectly fine too. Get a little bored talking to myself sometimes, but as my family knows, I can be down here by myself talking to myself without streaming. I do that, unfortunately, often. I'll catch myself talking to myself. When I'm working with stuff, I end up talking a lot to what I'm working with. The drills or the saws or whatever it is, because I'm a wackadoo. But that's okay. Alright. This first couple is always a little bit hard. Like I said, it's starting basically, we're just making a helm here. That's probably how whoever came up with this weave was probably working with helm and had a sprout off of that, and something weird happened, and shifts and all that good stuff, and fun things can happen. You would think after all these years that there's still people coming up with some new stuff. Joshua DeVilto, I can never pronounce his last name. Too many people's last names I have a hard problem with. It's kind of funny though. because whenever I go anywhere and I get asked my name to put into a reservation, hotel, or whatever, and they're like, last name Smith, and they look at you, first name Rick. You always get that. It's almost. I mean, the only thing I think worse than any of that would be if my name was John Doe. Be honest with you, because now I do it. Sometimes I'll say it in a way that makes them want to look at you a little weird, though. Anyway, just because I like to mess with people sometimes. I remember we went to Omaha. Kids were, well, the youngest. So this was many years ago. It was still a baby. She was in a stroller. Really didn't see anything in the park because she slept all the time. I mean, she was pretty young still. But I remember when we went up and checked in, they were like asking for my name, and I was like, Smith. Or no, how did I was like, Smith. And they looked like, why do you have to think about Smith? And so the first name, I told them first name, same kind of way. And it was like, you're going to want my driver's license anyway. It'll be on there. And we all kind of got a little laugh at it. I was like, I kind of laugh that way sometimes just because. So let's see how much wider. I don't know if this will be on camera. Yeah, it should be. So that's just a nudging bigger. If I go even, I would say just over a 1/4 inch. So it's about an 1/8 split. But I think I might like it better. But we'll just have to continue. And like I said, I honestly don't even know if this is going to work yet or not with these rings, because I have never done Dragonscale in this size. I've always done it in 3/8 1/4 inch. I've never tried to go downscale it. But we're going to find out, I guess. Let's see here. Which ones do I need to grab? You two. I am afraid, though, it's not going to work the more I keep looking at it already. But I've had things surprise me in the past, so we'll see. I'm not digging. Now, if it's tighter, I don't necessarily mind, as long as it's still, Ooh, yeah, see, that's I need up in there, and I'm not going to be able to get that up in there. I don't think. At least the other ones, I could kind of tweak that way to put them up in where I needed them. But this one, I don't think that's going to be possible. A little bit more. Okay, yeah. I mean, overall, the difference is the same. Before I had a 6 and a 4. AR was 6 and a 4. I went down to 5 and 3. So there's two difference between the two. So technically, but maybe it's because the gauge wire is getting in the way, because that's what's seeming awful thick right there. I don't have anything smaller, and this smaller wouldn't work that way anyway. That's kind of a bummer, though. Let's see here. I'll move it down. I've got those two grabbed. I've got to grab those two while it pushes up into there. Let's see if I come in this way. Oh no. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, these just aren't falling over enough. It would make sense, because normally with a helm I would normally double up the rings, and I don't think I could double up a ring in between there for a helm. This would have to be a single. Well, that's a big old bummer. I mean, technically I guess that makes sense, because the wire gauge didn't change. Now if I went down wire gauge, obviously it would. Your ARs would stay the same though, so. Well then. Huh. I could. If I go with the helm, go standard helm. I'm trying to think here. Let's go ahead and try. I'm going to make another strip of this. I've got an idea. If I put them together, how can I connect them? Normally, when I've done this kind of helm, I'll go one less to make a triangle. I make Christmas trees and stuff out of this. Three, four-sided, you know, coming to a point. But I want to go straight up. I don't want. I mean, I could go 3 and back out, but that's going to look a little jaggedy. But you get a little bit of that on the scale tie in a way. I mean, I can look at it. I can kind of offset it one way when I get there. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Again, we're kind of going off script, but we really didn't have a super script today anyway. Just happened to be where we was at, and I was wanting to get these upper part of these ties done. I want to get these done. Though I don't need these for 2 months. For the event that it's needed for, but I want to get them out of the way because at the same time this event it's early October. There's so much going on at the end of September into October. I'm not doing all the band stuff, but it's still, I got the life's anniversary, the end of September, barely like 10 days later is my birthday. Then we got this event. And I also were looking at doing Gladfest again this year, which is a 2-day event. And it's really a 3-day event, but the vendors aren't there on Sunday. So it's a Friday, Saturday for us, but I'll have that. That's always the first Saturday of October, unless it falls weird. And I think this is one of the years where I think it's going to be the 29th, 30th of September, or the 30th and 1st of October. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to look at the calendar again. But so yeah, it's going to be a little crazy around here come September, October. And if it all works out good, maybe a little still crazy in November, December, because that's normally when we have more of our events. I am trying to plug in a couple extra this year, since we're kind of missing some of the earlier events. But we'll see how everything works, like always, you know. I try to promote myself more online, because it's getting harder and harder to do events, but they are kind of the bread and butter. That's where you make the, at least for me, that's where I make the most, you know. Online, it fluctuates sometimes. You can have a few good months, and then a couple months of what just happened, and then some average months. So it's, you know, when I do events, I mean, like our past event, we didn't do all that well, but we had the big rainstorm and stuff that came through, kind of changed it up. That's going to happen. It's never been a big one anyway for us. Like I said, it was always one that I just did because of the first event we ever did. So it's kind of more nostalgic. I like going to it. I have fun at it anyway, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and do another helm piece here. See if we can connect these together. I'm thinking it could look kind of okay, in a way. I'm not sure. That's why we're going to give it a try. If not, I can either build that to a couple helm bracelets, or who knows. We'll figure something out to do with it. As we always, well, I would say as we always do, but I do have my junk mailbox down right below my feet here. That is where the pieces go that didn't work out as originally intended, to come back to and play with again at some point. But sometimes it takes years. I need to probably write that on the outside of the box, because but you know, there have been pieces that I have pulled back out of there that I end up working and just changing up a little bit. What they were intended to be was not what they ended up being, but it was still all okay. It all worked out well enough, so. Most of the time, I've come to find out, most times when I do it, I'll end up trying it, pulling out, realizing, okay, maybe it was just the size ring, so I'll try it in different grouping, different AR range. And sometimes it'll work out okay, other times it still doesn't work out, so then I have two of the same things that didn't work. But those are also, I pull those out on occasion when I need to if somebody's wanting to look at something and I need to make a quick video or something, and I got, you know, instead of using the good rings and I still need to show color, I can pull something apart real quick that's got some color in it to put it together real quick to show. So I've done that many times where people have contacted me through either Facebook or something and saying, hey, I've seen this. And yeah, I'll talk to them, and it's like, you know what, it's almost easier. Let me do a quick little video, and I'll just kind of show more, you know, right here what we're doing you really can't see much of. If you want a little more detail, I'm more than willing to get into it, but there's so many people out there that do tutorials on how to do basic weaves. I just, you know, okay, let's see here. So, see if I put them together even. Doesn't look too bad. I would need a few more. And then I would have to probably go to the 3 and 2. That would give me 4 rows. How can I connect these? Do I have enough room? Which way would I want to connect? Let me try and see how that works. I don't know if it's going to be enough, if it's going to get too tight. And this is just kind of putting them together, but we're going to turn it up on itself. And then try to connect those same 2 on the next grouping. There should be, it looks like there's enough room to get through, but it's going to become much more difficult to get up through that one and have enough room to tighten it without, not too shabby. I might have to get out my other pliers. Well, somehow this one is almost too snug, but looks like it might work. Well, is it going to pull it too far out for the next groups? Maybe not. I don't think it'd be a problem when I taper. It's either going to be either too tight or it's going to, I think it's going to flop too much. I think there's going to be a perfect medium in there, and I don't know if this is going to be the perfect medium for that or not. So with these 2, need these 2. Because it seems like it wants to work, but I don't know. I mean, helm can be structural. Like I said, I've never seen Dragonscale structural, but I have seen helm structural. So it's starting to become more structural for sure. And I want some movement in a way. Well, I'm not digging the red line or the gold lines straight like that. I think if I was going to end up doing this, I would want to, this is where I might change up some of these, maybe put a gold in between. I don't know, I'm just not digging the way that looks, because I could go all red, but then I don't necessarily want that either. I'll start getting more diagonal on the, when I come down. Maybe that's alright, because kind of at the center of this is where I'm coming down is actually on the knot where it's twisted over itself. So instead of being this way, it could be at a diagonal and look okay. So did I skip one? What did I do? Oh no, there it is. I wonder. Yeah, I don't think I could fit 2 in there if I was to go at a diagonal, but that's what I'm going to have to do going this way, which is going to put a bind on it. Yeah, I'm just not totally digging this. I want to finish it though, just because I'm just not digging it. And who knows? I could get done, then it worked great. Who knows? I've had things that I didn't like all the way up till the very end, and things just kind of went kaboom, and it was like, well, okay then. Now, where are we at in our time? Oh, we've got only 10 minutes left, man. I don't know what it is today, has been flying by. And I did not sleep well worth crud last night. I went to bed a little late because I did have a nap yesterday, unfortunately. But yeah, I had gotten up at like 5:30, and so I ended up having a nap. So last night I didn't get into bed till about a little after 1, and I sat there till probably almost 2 before his last time I remember looking at the clock. It was almost 2. I woke up again at like 3:30 and flopped around for like a half an hour till 4 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock I was like, alright. I ended up just getting up. I was only up for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and I got tired again, so I was able to go lay back down. But then I was back up at 7:30, so I never got any nice like deep sleep or anything. I'm kind of already tired, but there is a point in the day, man, there's just some days where I just drag for some reason. Most time it's because of how I eat, but I did make sure I haven't eaten perfect today. But when I've noticed here recently, if I try to eat more of a regular schedule per se, I just feel bloated because I'm eating when I should. If this makes any sense, it's like, you normally have a breakfast. There's so much time between that time and when you eat your lunch. And if you offset one, normally that pushes the other back type thing. But whenever I try to do that, I feel like I'm eating too much instead of waiting until I'm hungry. Again, I only wanted to go 3 on this one, right? Yeah, I didn't need this. So the last few days it has been really, really weird because it's like trying to eat more when I should be eating. I should be hungry, and I kind of am hungry, but I don't know. It's just been weird. So today I put off. I didn't eat my breakfast. I had what I would normally have for lunch at like 11:30. So it wasn't all that long ago. But that'll throw off. I'll want to have something else to eat now, probably around 4 or 5 instead of 6 or 7. At least how we schedule things, but. Alright, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get very far in finishing this to show what it's going to look like. I do have a little bit of time I can play with. It doesn't have to be an hour. Our minimum has always been an hour, but most time it just works out that way with the cats. And 2 o'clock I have to start my next mid-afternoon round of the cats. 8, 2, and 8. Every day, 8, 2, and 8, 8, 2, and 8, 8, 2, and 8. Which really is more like 8 to 9:30, 2 to 3, 8 to 9:30. By the time everything is said and done. Alright, let's see how this is going to work here. We're going to taper down, go down 1. My biggest concern here is how I'm going to connect it, because how I would normally connect, there's not enough room to do that. At least I don't think there's going to be by looking at what was just happening above. And I'll have to play by ear when we get there. Let's see. I'll have to think about it maybe. Do the thinking. Thinking can be good sometimes, but thinking can be bad also. Is it a good thunk or a bad thunk? I'm probably not in camera view there, but it's a little tighter than like I said, than I was thinking it was going to be. But I was not putting it into the equation. Yeah, I was going to. I needed to probably go. It probably needed to be like, instead of 2 points of difference, it probably needed to be 3 points. But I can't go 3 points because then the little rings would be too small to do what they need to do. So there's many factors that I wasn't thinking about it first, and that's why sometimes I like to sit around and think about it. Sometimes I overthink. Well, what's this going to do? What's that going to do? I might have noticed that beforehand. Alright, so I do it here. I can connect a doubles to the single, which would actually start giving me a little bit more play. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try it. We'll try it. We'll see what happens, because we're gonna go through the, instead of a double, we're gonna go a double single this time. It's gonna offset my up and down, so maybe that'll help it look a little better that way. Because like I said, looking at it, I can't. Well, no, because this needs to go right here. I'd have to go out, and then one through there, one through. But then, because this actually might be too loose now that I'm looking at it. I don't like how it's moving there. But it might be a good shift for the scales, because they move. Again, overthinking it. Well, and I've got the ties hung up over here on my little center wall, and I keep looking back at them, and I can see some of the scales, you know, are a little shifted out of place. I mean, nothing bad or anything, but those little things that drive me a little bonkers, you know. Alright, so we need you two, and then the single, center. Yeah, it's going to make it awful loosey there. Where before it was a much tighter. I can try on this one. I don't know what I want to do there. I think the look of it changing, I think, would be okay, but then I don't think it's okay. So do I try to fit it in there? Because if I normally would take from this, I'd go up over on this side and then through these sides on the outsides where I'm putting it, and I think it would work. But where are we at in our time? I got 4 minutes. Let me take out the center. We'll try on the outside here and skip the center, leave the two outsides done. And then if I like it, I can come back, just take out the other side and come back and feed it all through. Because what I'm looking, this needs to come here, so I'd normally come up through these and then up through there. But again, I thought it was going to, but if I come up on the outside of it, maybe? It's not where I would typically come up through, but going through the double-double brings it in a little tighter. Maybe when that second one gets in there, on that side, when coming, well, see, that's going to put two right there, and I can't fit two through. It has to come up through there, or it's not going to work. So go through the single there. Just if I don't do the center one, let me, as I can do the two outside ones, I just can't do a center one, because that's where they would overlap, and I'd need my ring eye opening there would need to be enough space for two, and there's just enough space for this one. I can't come back through and put the other one, which is why I would normally go through the other side, the other eye, on the inner of this. But I can't do that. And so then if I just do these two, I can hook a center and do those two. We're going to give it a try. Like I said, I want to at least try it. Alright, so this middle one's got to be just a center. Single through a double. And then we'll go back to a double-double. Should have enough. I want to do, that one's got to go up through that one, so we're going to do the inside one first. Oh, my drawer opened up. You haven't done in a while. I need to put new tape on my drawer. It likes to pop open on me. Alright, so I need to come through there and there. And then I need to double here. This might not be too bad. I have a little change in it. It does kind of, it's giving it more of a look of the Japanese weave that I normally use in a way. It's kind of giving that vibe off a little more. But it's definitely a lot stiffer, which in a way I'm kind of liking. So I don't know what you think. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I'll have to put on the other one and see how it looks. Because it's definitely a little tighter there now. And see, now I want to do a double. But see how these just shift off to the side. It makes it look weird. If it sits perfectly center, I think it's okay. But when it comes off of that center, and there's no way I can fix that. And I don't have that problem with that. So I don't know. Where are we at here? We are at our hour. I'm probably going to go ahead and add the 2 on the bottom there. I mean, once it's hanging with some weight, and I'm coming off these top rings, it should help center itself. But yeah, I'll finish it up. I'm gonna see what it looks like that way. Let's go ahead and get you all flipped back over to the ugly old face cam here. So we can close it up for today. I would stick around just a little bit longer, but too many brain thinkings here. It's got, I mean, I liked how it's kind of got some aspects I like, some I don't. I'm still going to do another Dragonscale in a smaller, in 18 gauge. I don't necessarily like that. I don't have anything big enough for 14 gauge where I'd have the be able to double it. Maybe I try when it didn't work, since I can try just changing my 3/16. Maybe change it out to 18 gauge, which should give me a little more playing room in there. I don't know. I got a few things to try still. So, but I do want to thank everybody for dropping by. If you watched this through, and if you're watching us later, I do appreciate it. Any views is always good, so don't forget to drop back in, check us out. Always doing something. If you ever have any questions or anything like that, drop us a line. You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Always have my streams there, Tuesdays and Thursdays as of right now. Still need to change my opening page. I still have listed as Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. But we're now on a Tuesday, Thursday schedule at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. So today is Thursday. We won't be back till next Tuesday. We might have some crazy streams here once I really get into doing my inlay, because I am going to be putting myself on a time constraint in a way on that. So I will be recording quite a bit of that. So we'll see what happens when we're doing it and everything like that. Hopefully, again, I really got to get started on it this weekend if I'm going to even think about getting done with what I want to do. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great weekend. We will be back next Tuesday, and we'll see you then. Peace.